In this video, we will show you how to replace your fuel transfer unit on this all-wheel drive Ford Fusion. This will be located under your rear seat. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Make your way over to your negative battery terminal. Using an 8mm wrench, go ahead and turn this counterclockwise. We're going to loosen this just enough that we can remove it from the vehicle. We'll disconnect that from the battery, give it a quick inspection, and set it aside. Now in the back of the passenger compartment, we're going to dislodge the lower aspect of the rear seat. You'll find that it has two locks, one along each side. Carefully make your way along the front of the rear seat and start feeling along. In the center area here, you're going to find a lock. That lock will need to be pressed towards the driver's side. Once you've done so, you should be able to lift up on the rear seat a little bit. Dislodge both of these. Now once you have that dislodged, we're going to bring this up diagonally and start pulling it up and out of place. It does have two hooks, one along each side. This can be a little bit difficult at times. There we are. Now that we have the seat out of the way, let's pay attention along the passenger side. You're going to find that you have this protective cover, which is held in place with three 7mm hidden mounting bolts. Remove all of them. Let's remove that plate. Now that we have the shield out of the way, let's clean up this mess. After you have that clean, we'll continue on to disconnecting our electrical connector. On this, you're going to find that you have one locking tab. Go ahead and squeeze that in and then separate this. Give each end a quick inspection for corrosion and set the wiring aside. Double check to make sure this area is clean and free of any debris. We'll continue on to turning this counterclockwise to remove it. Just grab right along the top here. Use some pliers for this. Let's make sure we have a collection receptacle in this area. Take hold of the transfer unit and remove it from the vehicle. Once you have that out of place, let's continue on by cleaning and inspecting the mounting point. Okay friend, let's get ready to install our fuel sending unit. Take your O-ring gasket and put it in place against the base of the fuel sending unit. Now we can take this and put it in position. When doing so, we want to pay attention to the notches that are on the sending unit in comparison to the slots that are in the fuel tank. We'll align those, turn this clockwise to lock it in position. Carefully get that sending unit into place. At this point, you're going to want to start pressing it down while you turn it clockwise into the fully locked position. All right, once you feel as though you have it on, you need to make your way all the way around this, confirming that it's seated properly. It's common for it to be off kilter a little bit. If that's the case, you're not going to have a good seal and you will have fuel vapors in the air. Now it's time for the electrical connector. Press it in, listen for a click, give it a tug to make sure it's completely secured. Confirm that your wiring's sitting in the proper placement and then continue on with your cover. We'll rest this in position, aligning all three of our mounting bolt holes. Go ahead and start them in and snug them up. Let's continue on with the rear seat. We'll take this and slide it into place, making sure that we have all of our seat belts in the upright position. Just slide them right into their corresponding grooves. While bringing this down at an angle, we'll push it in towards the rear of the vehicle, hook it in, and then press it on along the front to lock it down. Double check to make sure it's completely secure and confirm that each of your 3 seatbelt buckles are in the upright position. The next thing we'll do is reconnect our negative battery terminal. Before we do, we just want to clean up the terminal end on the battery itself. You can use a fine piece of sandpaper or just use one of these wire brushes. The next thing you'll want to do is make sure that you clean up the cable itself. This is mainly important on the contact point. Finish cleaning that as necessary, and we'll continue on to sliding this into place. Press it down onto the battery as far as possible. Continue on with your 8mm and make sure it's nice and tight.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.